So, welcome everyone, it's your boy Logic, and we are back with another Best of 7 multiplayer series. We're going to be here with Clan Son of the Mountains and the Lovers Squad. So we're going to have Grombrindal representing Son of the Mountains, and of course, Merfalerf here representing the Lovers Squad. So I hope you're all doing very well today. Welcome to Mr. Full Poland. Hey, Mr. Forbidden, hope you're doing well, my friend. Nevermore as well. It's like a rubber like a war. CJ and a few more of you as well. So, put up a little poll there. Who do you think is going to win today? Looks like the majority of you are fancying Mr. Grombrindal. Okay. So, first map is going to be Outdoor Outskirts. It looks like we had a TK Chaos Dark Elf, banned Vampirates and Beastmen. And then Pick Dawi banned Dark Elves from Mr. Chad Thorgrim. So, we will now have Chaos up against the Dawi. So I hope we're all well. I hope we're having a great time. And yeah, let's pop into this. So we're going to have two clans with two top players going up against each other. Let's see what we can see today. I hope this goes into a rocky montage of Murph training with with HB intensity and ice. Good luck, have fun. Nice. Yes, he is going to be Grombrindal, well known as the Son of the Mountain. You know, when it comes down to myself, him, and a few of the other guys as well. Some of the hardcore Dawi mains, as you all know. Unamise as well, I think. Yeah, myself, him, Unamise. Trying to think of some other hardcore Dawi players that pretty much solely only play Dawi. That's probably it. But there's a few of us. There's a few of us hardcore fellas out there that like to play our Dawi. But yeah, so he's going to strike hard in the first one. It's like there's going to be absolutely no love lost out here from Grombrindal. So how are we all doing? I hope we're all doing very well. What's your thoughts? We've had a little bit of time now. What's your thoughts about the Cav Beta, Mr. PE? How we doing? Partially illiterate. I love it. What's your thoughts on the Cav Beta? Do you think it's good? Do you think it's bad? Do you think it's better? Do you think it's worse? What's your thoughts? Maybe Bowmore, maybe a few other users out there might have some opinions of playing at a good level. What's your thoughts? I'm very, very interested to know. I haven't touched it at all yet, but I have to play it next week because I have to play it in the clan 1v1. I mean, you know, I have my ideas about what I think is good and bad about betas. I'm personally not a fan because it generally divides the community, in my opinion, which is just not a good thing. But at the end of the day, you know, if it's for the better, it's for the better. My Logic, thanks for casting my replay. No problem, dude. No problem at all. You sent it in. I thought it was a nice, fun game. You played very well, and it deserved a cast. So, for the Dawi, no Grimling Iron Breakers mixing the front line with Miners with no blasting charges. Very interesting. Slayers, Longbeards, Slayers, Ironbreakers and Longbeards, double Thunderers as well as the double Cheese Machines here with those cannons. God damn, these things are accurate and very, very valuable. They rarely miss. In the back, we are going to be having Thoric Ironbrow. Now, he's going to be coming with quite the kit, I imagine. So, it's like the Rune of Slowness, Rune of Speed, Rune of Wrath and Ruin, Rune of Doom, with also the Master Rune of Ancient Law, Rune of Hearth and Home, and the Forged Fire. Now, for me, I think that that's really expensive for Thoric Ironbrow. I think at max you should be taking 2 runes, also including the Rune of Doom, and pretty much only the Rune of the Master Rune of Ancient Law is pretty much the only other thing that's kind of worth it. I don't think these two are worth the cost at all. Especially when you've also got miners and stuff that have armor piercing and thunderers. I don't think you need to weaken any armor as the Dawi. But yeah, that's my opinion. In the front line, we have quite a few units of the Chaos Marauders. Pretty cheap there in the front line with some great weapon variety as well. That's a lot of cheap Chaos Marauders that aren't really going to do too much up against that armor. It's going to be quite a big resistance there. In the back, we have some chosen great weapons mixing in with some chariots, and chariots, so triple chariots. And it's like here we have some throwing axes, at least 3 units. Now, I haven't seen the Lord here yet. Lord choice is going to be pivotal in this matchup. And yeah, Prince Sigvald. Okay. Interesting one. I don't think Sigvald's actually the best in this matchup particularly, but he will do well, stand or die. Heroic Killing Blow, Slippery, and Auroric Armor will be the full kit out for him. And the Chaos Metal Sorcerer will have, ooh, the Golden Hounds. That causes major magic damage. I don't know about that one. But we still have the Plague of Rust and Metal Shifting with Evasion. So I don't think the God of Hounds. I think Searing Doom was probably the better way to go. Or maybe even Fire Transportation in a pocket would have been nicer as well. But yeah, very interesting choices. Should be interesting to see how that goes down. As a competitive top-level thought process, I don't think Golden Hounds are worth it, and I think that Thorgrim is a little bit too expensive. But at the end of the day, we'll have to see how both of these utilise the units around. Now, of course, having Rune of Hearth and Home will give immune to psychology in a 40-meter radius, but of course, a lot of these Longbeards are going to have immune to psychology, so... Yeah, no Exalted Heroes either. That's quite interesting, I must admit. So most people go Sarthriel with double Manticores with their heroes. Exalted Heroes on top means they don't rampage. They have great stats. They do pretty well. A lot of people go 5 Chaos Marauders with great weapons and say like 3 Chaos Marauders. They'll normally fight up against the more lightly armored infantry. Or they'll stack up all the infantry that has great weapons. So what you'll do is you'll put Marauders to just block out chaff against the great weapon variety, whilst the rest choose through using great weapons, where the non-great weapon ones don't do as much damage up against the heavily armoured great weapons. If that makes sense. Chariots will do very well. Sigvald, of course, is going to be an absolute nightmare to kill. He will just absolutely clap the cheeks of Thoric Ironbrow if he gets anywhere near him. Yeah, I think here Plague of Rust will be good because also it'll give the added armor piercing buff there with the base of a damage increase. But apart from that, you've got double cannons to deal with. They're going to be painful. His cannons a trap here. I don't know. It really depends on the micro here of the Chaos player. If the Chaos player is able to get in and start shutting down early doors, it would be great. But of course here, cannons firing into Marauders. I'd like to see them firing a little bit more here into the Chaos great weapons. But of course, if they do find those chosen here in the back, it's going to be... they're going to get some value. They are going to get some value. Chaos, a little bit slow on the movement, but of course here they are going to get in eventually. No Warhounds here to speak of. Warhounds are also nice, good, cheap, monstrous beasts, just to really clear out that back line for any units that do break, especially with terror. That could be very, very nice. You know, when you just terrify something for a little bit, hounds straight on, cause a break, boom. They are moving that off for even cheaper value there. So there are some nice combinations that can be had. Hey, Petro Turbo 84, how you doing? Team Dawi, yes, for the Team Dawi, indeed. Bring in the Dawi. Hope you're doing well, buddy. Nice to see you here. I don't think I've seen you here much before. Hope you're having a great day. All right, yep. So I'm going to move forward. Not too much damage here done for the cannons so far. Looks like they're going to be hitting the Chaos Warriors with great weapons. It looks like a couple of shots have gone into the Chosen as well. The Chosen here down by 7 models already. Let's have a little look. So, looks like we're coming around on the left flank here with the Marauder throwing axis. Looks like it's going to be a bit of a heavy. We got heavier infantry on the right. We got more of a cav push with the Chaos Chariots on the left. Although I do apologise if you hear me sniffling or mispronouncing any words etc. today. I'm a little bit unwell, so I'm going to try and do the best I can today. But over here on the right, you can see some more Chaos Chariots coming in. Maybe try to see you get a couple of fat cycle charges for these Norgrim Ironbreakers. You know, a quick one through the side, or at least force them to turn and burn and waste a couple of blasting charges here on some single entities. Of course, very good up against lightly armoured infantry with those blasting charges is where they do pretty well. So in the back, those throwing axes could really get in and start damaging up against the back line of those Slayers. Now, of course, one unit of cheap miners is good to protect the cannon crews. So these Slayers can be a little bit more mobile, but of course here I don't think they're worth it for the cost. In the front, Longbeards are going to hold. They're just going to allow the charge here of Merfalerf's Chaos Marauders to move in. And these boys are now going to get in, and they're certainly going to start fighting here, but they're going to lose pretty quickly. Longbeards, some of the most, if not the most cost-efficient unit in the game for infantry. Over here in the backside, we can actually see some Chaos Chariots have been absolutely obliterated in the back there. I imagine those cannons are certainly doing some work at the moment. One at 17 kills and one at 27. Blasting charges here on the right. Looks like we've already broken apart the infantry here, the Chaos Marauders. Chariots flying in at the side here at the Longbeards. Definitely want to see them get in up against the Grombrindals, because now they're going to be able to turn and burn with those blasting charges up against the Chaos Warriors. Now these blasting charges certainly have some brilliant strength here for sure. Runadoon going down for that plus 24 melee attack, and Fear really going to help in that front line just to clear out all this chaff. In the middle though, we can see the metal. Oh, the metal sources certainly should have come through. Certainly should have come here into the back up against the cannon. Over here, though, looks like we do actually have some cheap miners. They are going to push out here up against the throwing axes. Throwing axes will do some good damage, but of course, they're going to be throwing that into miners. In the back of those chariots, they're going to be free to come into the pocket. Ironbreakers in the back. Ironbreaker's going to be blasting, charging here onto the Chaos Chariots. Interesting move there. Now they're going to move here, maybe try to see if they can blockade. Chariot's going to be going into Slayer models, and now going to going into Ironbreakers as well. So Slayers will chew part of them pretty quickly. In the back, Slayers, they're going to be holding out here. I need to see them pushing onto the throwing axes. Throwing axes here into the backside of the Grombrindal Ironbreakers. 125 armor to pop through is certainly nothing small. So Marauders in the front line with those great weapons. Looks like we have the Chaos and the Chosen now thumping up against one unit of Longbeards. That Longbeard is not going to hold for long. Thunderers in the middle. We do actually have the Golden Hounds, and the Golden Hounds are actually doing some pretty decent damage. God damn. So obviously you have the Caster. Caster was here. Those Golden Hounds went through the entire unit of the guns. I like the Golden Hound play, of course, pretty cheap. Siren Doom will be cheaper, but of course that was a nice spell there, I must admit. Happy to see when I'm wrong. Now in the front we can see Longbeards fighting here up against the Chaos Marauders. Cannons still firing here into the Chaos Chariots, and I believe we heard a Rune of Wrath and Ruin here in the front from the Dawi. Now from the Dawi here in the middle we are going to be seeing the Chosen Great Weapons fighting up against Thoric. Now that is going to be a tough one for Thoric to fight. He's going to be in the front up against that elite infantry. Now let's get on to them here. You can see 50 armor piercing, weapon strength, 48 melee attack is going to be difficult here for Thoric to deal with. He's going to be coming through to the front trying to see if he can break those Marauders. But here Sigfold is coming for that prize. He's coming for the Thoric booty, and he's going to give a big punch here in the backside. He's going to be moving, and a clang as we hear the Rune of Doom go down here in the middle pocket. 24 melee attack. He can now probably turn and fight, but of course, he's going to be here on his own. And no real support here. So we are going to have the Null Gremlins moving through. They can certainly do some good work here. But someone needs to help Thoric. Nobody's helping Thoric at the moment. Nobody's screening for him. For the majority here, Miners fighting up against the Chaos Warriors. Great weapons, the Marauders as well. Thunderers are going to be piling in. They're going to be shooting here into the Armored Chaos Warriors. But we need someone to deal with these Warriors and the Chosen in the middle. If we don't get anything there, we could look like we're going to struggle. Ironbreakers in the front. Good melee defense here. Looks like about 66. Yeah, that's pretty decent. 79 for the ROR is very strong indeed. Chaos Sorcerer of Metal could really do with getting into the back here as a single entity and start shutting down these cannons, force them into melee combat. Longbeards here up against Marauders. But as you can see, quite a few units are going to break here. Looks like we lost all the chariots. Balance of power is going to be in the favour of the Dawi. But for how long is the question? We can see here that we actually do have the Null Gremlins fighting alongside. Looks like Slippery and Heroic Killing Blow going down to see if we can assassinate Thoric Ironbrow, increasing that base weapon damage and that armor piercing by 50%. Now that will really help here up against the Null Gremlins. Of course, 79 melee defense is really high, but of course here with that melee attack of 70, that'd be 105 minus 79, so a pretty good, probably about a 30% chance to hit. So good armor piercing punching there with the splash damage is pretty good, but that will be army losses, and a great game here from Mr. Grombrindal. Who is LS Merfalerf? You don't know Mr. LS Merfalerf. Mr. LS Merfalerf is actually a streamer here. So if you guys do not know LS Merfalerf, he actually streams on Twitch. You can go there onto my Discord. When you pop onto there, you'll go down onto self-promotion, and you'll be able to go and you'll be able to find him in there. So if you look under my self-promotion, you should see perhaps one of his most recent. Yes, so the second to most recent, you'll find him there. He's learning Dark Elves in that one. So yeah, feel free to go check that out. Come joining on Teaching Tuesday, apparently was the guest starring with Ice Power. So if you want to go check that out, he was playing with Ice Power, maybe learning some things from Ice Power, and having a good time. All right, so let's get the breakdown then. Mr. Blackthorn, how are we? How are we, my friend? How are we, sir? Hope we are well today. So 1,337 here for Prince Sigfold. 852 for the Chaos Sorcerer of Metal, with the front line 11, 200, 222, and 155, with 106 for the Chaos Marauders. So really punching under their weight, which is exactly why I think here, in this matchup specifically, not so great. I think that there are certainly more cost-efficient units. I think actually going with Chaos Marauders with great weapons is better. They are going to be more susceptible to gunfire, but at the same time, they're going to punch so much harder when they hit the front line. Like everything here is going to be armored. everything here is going to be armed. The only way you can justify Chaos Marauders is to fight up against Slayers. Or maybe use them as a blockade chaff unit against other units of heavily armoured infantry, which has great weapons. So, for example, Longbeard great weapons, you could just throw in some Chaos Marauders and just go hold that back for a bit, so that the rest of my units can come in and punch. So we can see here 170, 597, and 680 here for the Chaos Warriors with great weapons, and here 640 for the Chosen great weapons. 307, 98, and 37 here for the Chaos Chariots. 195, 246, and 350 here for the Marauder Horsemen throwing axes. Now, one thing I must say here, now there's a big weakness in this build for those. This is just a learning curve for everybody. Full gyrocopter build here would pretty much destroy this build from Merfalerf. The reason being is the fact that there's no flying units there to stop. Generally speaking, you need at least 4 units of skirmish cav plus a double manticore to deal with the flying force. If you don't bring that, 5 units of gyrocopters will certainly ruin your day and make you pretty sad. So yeah, I would always recommend probably Sarthorial and then double manticore with probably Exalted Heroes on the top. Of course, if you bring the Exalted Heroes, the Manticores only cost 500, where they're 800 regularly. And of course, then you also get no Rampage and all of the other nice stats that you get with that. So I think that's a really cost-efficient way of doing it. And then you can also bring some great weapon infantry in the front line, some great weapon infantry here with the Chaos Warriors. And then you've got your throwing axes for the cavalry, and also, therefore, you've got the mobility advantage anyway, because you're playing against the Dawi. I think, in general, that's a pretty nice build. And then always bringing one unit of the Chosen with great weapons is nice as well, you know. Always having one of those units on one of the flanks where you could really punch through one angle and put a little bit more pressure where your opponent is not quite expecting it. But while playing to Grombrindal, he got 1,450 here for Thoric Ironbrow. We got 83 there for the Miners, 470, 605, 573 for the Longbeards, 780 and 900 for the Slayers, with 1,080 for the Ironbreakers and 830 for the Norgrimlings. Now we got 770 for the Thunderers, 775 for the second unit, with 1,070 and 900 for the second cannon. So yeah, cannons did pretty well there, pretty well indeed. Both paying for themselves handsomely. I need to use the bathroom real quick. Yeah, no problem, Merfalerf. No problem, dude. So, whilst we are in the picking phase, of course, if we're in the picking phase, we need a picking blocker. There we go. Lovely blocker. So, we'll change the score whilst we're here. Scores on the doors will be 1-0 here to the man, the myth, the legend. We'll be going into the lead here. Can we get... Oh. What's going on here? Hello, can everybody hear me? What are the great weapons are better here? Yes, yes, indeed, indeed. I don't know if everybody can hear me. I had a small dropout in the internet, I think. Cool. How we doing? How we doing, my friend? Yeah, we can hear you. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Sound is working fine, and the blocker is great. I love it. I'm glad you love the blocker. Right. So let's see what you guys are saying. So GG's, GG's, GG's. Yes, there we go. Nice introduction there from Bowmore. I felt like Marauders are literally just to soak up guns, explosives, and the matchup. I think with the extra 100 cost for the fact that you can have something with armor piercing that can punch you back, I think it's better. But even then, I think, yeah, I could agree with Nick there. I think 5 of them is probably a bit too much. But I think more of the great weapons, yeah, I agree with 4.9. I think they are better here in this matchup. This blocker is 10 out of 10. Oh, you like it, do you? You like it? I thought you might like that. I was hoping you might all enjoy it. So, into round 2. So, Gromby, who I clearly haven't done his score correctly because I am a silly boy. There we go. There we go. Alright, so it looks like Chad Thorgrim, Empire, Wood Elves, Chaos, Ban, Dawi, and Beastmen. Quality choices, good sir. Indeed, I can certainly agree. Lizardmen, Ban, Chaos. So, Empire can do well here. I probably wouldn't go Wood Elves. So, I think more than likely we'll see Empire into Lizardmen. I think for sure. I think Empire is a great reflectory faction here for the Dawi. They don't operate the same, nowhere near, but of course they have similar qualities. Or at least similar ways you can play them. But they're certainly not the same. If you say the name 3 times, you will summon him to yell how strong he is over and over. If you summon Torox, he will appear. Trust me. So yeah, I didn't ask too much. I tell you what, let me ask this. So it looks like 82% here for Grombrindal. But we've got a different question for you guys. A different one that's going to be very interesting for me to know. Something I would like to know. And as we are going through here, guys, I try not to say this too often. But if you are enjoying this, please feel free to smash that like button. It really does help the live stream. It really does promote it out to the wider YouTube audience. Let's move that camera there a little bit. And the same as well, if you guys are enjoying all the content and you haven't already subscribed, subscribing would be really appreciated. And of course, if you have done both things, then perhaps feel free to share this with a friend to see if they might enjoy this content as well. That would be very helpful. That's the best way you guys can do is the best way you can support me here at the channel. So let's ask a different question here for you guys. Mr. Geese Howard, how are you, my friend? Hope you're doing well. The man, the myth, the geese. Okay, so I've got a little poll for you guys. Merfalerf is a pretty fantastic name. Indeed, indeed. Ah, Davina, hello. I voted for Merf because of the fun name. Yes, indeed, it is a fun name. It is a fun name. How are you, Davina? Oh, looks like we've lost out on Merf. Yes, we will change the map here. So the map will be... What happened? Ah, okay, it's like Merf's computer just crashed. He'll be back in a second. Cool. No problem. So, looks like the next map will be Oakenhammer. Looks like Chad Thorgrim's decided to go Wood Elves, which is a very interesting choice. I think this is particularly favoured for the Lizardmen. But yes, interested to see what you guys are thinking. So, So the question at hand was, how is everyone liking the Cavalry beta? So do you guys think it's very good, like much better than Alive? Do you think it's a little bit better? Or do you think it's about the same? Or do you think that it's worse? I'm very interested to know what you guys think. Now before, I think the majority of the consensus was that it was worse because it still had all the old bugs and the AoE effects and all these kind of things. But do you think it's better? I had to vote for Gromby. Everybody know why. Well, yeah, this is true. I've not tried the beta either. No, neither have I. And I know that me and Geese have got to play in the faction, not the faction. Sorry, we've got to play in the we've got to play in the Clan War Cup. I think it's called. Yes, we've got to play in the Clan War Cup under the beta, and I haven't played any. And you know, my personal opinion about betas is I think they're great. I think it's a great way of trying things out, but I also think they're a negative impact on the community because they split the community between half of them playing beta and half of them not. So obviously it can divide the community for sure. So it's a tough one. It's a tough one. Elgi treachery has stricken the valiant Merf's computer. I mean, indeed. I can't believe Chad Thorgrim has gone from the almighty Dawi to the Wood Elgi. Like it's terrible. It's terrible stuff. Tut tut, Gromby. Tut tut. Cav beta is better than live. It's not an astonishing change, but it does help. Okay, fair enough. Can't tell, I haven't tested it yet. Okay. What would you say have been the majority of the changes that you guys have found to be positive? Not enough people play multiplayer even without beta splitting it more. See, that was kind of my idea. Like, you know, of the community that does play multiplayer, I think it's more than people know it is. But of course, we have an understanding here in the community of who plays it constantly and who talks of it in the multiplayer scene. Now, I call it the multiplayer scene because the multiplayer player basis is forever changing and not consistent, because those that are consistent are well known in the community. You know, there's quite a lot of us here that talk regularly, so for Poland, everybody here that talks regularly, that's in this chat, that watches all these live streams, we are the regular community. Now, you'll have a lot of people that float in and out all the time. Oh, I do a couple of these here and there and whatever, etc. But most people obviously get put off because it's quite a competitive game. Especially when there's a beta as well, and sometimes, you know, I find it that I struggle to find quick battles, and, you know, there's this whole thing of, let's play some games, I'm on the beta, I'm like, I've only got an hour, and I can't spend 45 minutes to that, change into the beta, and, you know, all these things, you know, so splitting up even more is something that I find to be a bit of a problem. By the way, Logic, what has happened to Biblington? I haven't seen him online as much. Biblington has taken some time off for himself. He's going to be doing his own thing for a while. So Biblington's going to be just away for a short time. Yes. I won't say any more than that. If you'd like to talk to Biblington, feel free to directly message him. I think the changes are in the good direction, though. So I've heard. I've heard they are in a great direction. I still hear charging great weapons instead of bracing them is better, which is a problem. Grannies love having fun. That's an image I don't want to see. Right. Yeah, I think, I hear charging in with great weapons is still better than bracing with them. So, you know, obviously maybe there's a few things to fix there. But yes, I totally agree. I think it's in the right direction. I think if they truly think it's going to be positive for the community, I think CA just go, let's implement it. Let's just go for it. Let's get it done. Right, Super T's, we go through to game 2. So we are going to have Lizardmen here up against Wood Elves. That should be pretty fun. So within this best of 7, for the first 4 games, we do pick 3, ban 2. And then for the last 3 games, we do pick 2, ban none. Now the reason being, of course, because the faction pool gets a lot smaller. There's not so many that you can ban, really, so that you have to think a little bit deeper there into your thought processes of what you pick. Aha, thank you, Jeremy. That's very kind of you. I totally forgot. I mean, to be fair, you wouldn't mind seeing my blocker for a little bit longer. Come on. You know you wouldn't. You know you wouldn't. You know you wouldn't mind seeing the blocker just for that little bit of added time. I like this random skull here in the middle of the map. Aha, we are in. So, let's go here with the Wood Elgi. On the side, we are going to have units of the Wild Hunters of Kurnos here with their Frenzy, Anti-Large, Bonus for Large, Silver Shields, Physical Resistance, you name it. 85 speed with 62 charge bonus. Exceptional. We all know it. They are incredible units. Now, Glade Riders as well in the front line. Mixing here with, looks like a couple of RORs as well. So it looks like we have 3-4 of the Glade Riders. Wild Hunters of Kurnos and some Zotes. Now, Zotes here, of course, have their imbued abilities. We have Flesh of Stone and Earthblood. Over here on the right, we can see 2 units of Blade Singers. Oh no, 1 unit of Blade Singers here. Now, Blade Singers, very elite unit of infantry, very lightly armoured. Counted heavily by Lizardmen, I believe. But Whirling Death can be nice, can reduce the armour piercing there for increased base weapon damage to just chew through chaff here. For sure, but of course here they have that physical resistance, anti-infantry and armour piercing. Now, of course, when you got Stalkers, Javelins, Chameleon Skinks, all of the above, unfortunately, Blade Singers can struggle. Same with War Dancers, no shields, anti-infantry. I definitely prefer War Dancers over Blade Singers, because of course with Blade Singers you pay for the melee stats and armor piercing. You don't particularly need armor piercing here. I just think a couple of units of the spears will do fine, because they have armor piercing and they're anti-large, so perfectly designed in my opinion. So the Wrath of the Frozen Heart in the front here, with the Frenzy, Physical Resistance, all the great stuff, but of course here they also do have Frostbite added stats. Just makes them very good in general. I really do like them. 4 more Dryads here for a chunky front line. And here, of course, we'll be having Drycha, Rouse to Wrath, as well as the Mystify Miasma and Pendulum. Looks like we have the Fang of Talroth. So for every time we cast, we get 15-second ability recharge rate. Looks like Smoke and Mirrors, and of course the triple Fanatical Resolve. So very interesting force here. Don't know how I feel about the War Dancers and the Blade Singers, but of course here they will be very good at dealing with Source Wars, etc. Now I like this front line. I think this is perfect. Looks like Chameleon Stalkers in the front. 5 units of the Chameleon Stalkers. Good blasting charges, good fire damage up against those Dryads. In the middle we're also going to have some more of those Skin Cohort Javelins. Javelins will do some pretty nice damage here up against the Zero Shields here from the Dryads. And in the middle we are going to have Oxyotl. Now Oxyotl is an interesting choice. I like Hand of the Gods here with Grimlock, but of course here the Master Predator is a good sniping ability with Cold-Blooded Stalk and Fire Whilst Moving. We are going to have a unit of Croxagors pushed in here as well. Maybe the Croxagors are used here with anti-infantry armor piercing. Maybe they're going to be used to delete cavalry? I don't know. Don't know how I feel about the Croxagor picks, but nonetheless I'll be interested to see how they're used. 2 units of Cold One Riders, make that 3 there on the right flank as well. So looks like a Skin Priest of Beasts, Transformation of Godon, as well as Flock of Doom and Wild Heart for that increase to mana every time we cast. Very interesting builds here between the 2 of them. Some things that I think could be optimized a little bit better, and some things that I think should be interesting to see how they function. Of course, we need to see how these Blade Singers and how these War Dancers work, but very interested to see how they can go forward here. Dryads moving up. Definitely want to kite here with the Chameleon Stalkers. Don't want to bring them straight into combat. You want to have them firing and doing that good damage. Lots of damage in the front line. No, they're going to be going into combat. That's a shame. Their blasting charges are now not going to get the worth that they need, unfortunately. They do need to drop back and get a few more of those charges off. Now, of course, the Dryads are pretty quick. They are going to have... Oh, it's just only 37 speed there, but 37 speed up against the Stalkers with 32. Looks like they've all been slowed. Malevolent Dryads in the back. Looks like, oh my god, there's a blob of cav here. They're going to be fighting in the middle up against the Malevolent Dryads, but I think they're trying to get over to the right side. We can see that Croxagor is punching in the front line up against the Dryads. So they're going to try and just rip through this infantry here. We have Blade Singers moving in the back, 4 units of the cavalry immediately popping onto 1 unit of riders. I'd like to see a few more of those get round the corner and start shutting down some of these Stalkers and the Javelins. In the back here, looks like we do have a summon here. Yes, so we are going to get in the Feral Manticore that is coming off here. That should really aid. Trying to get CM push forward a little bit. Maybe come after in the middle here with Drycha at the front. Blasting charges from the Chameleon Stalkers. They're going to move him forward. Bit of a push here from the Cold One Riders. Shatters from the Dryads in the front line. And the War Dancers are now moving on a little bit later story. Now, in the front, we can see a little bit still those Dryads. Dryads just dotted around the pocket here. Could do being a little bit more aggressive, if at all possible. As you can see, Blasting Charge is still available for these Chameleon Stalkers. Unfortunately, the fact that blasting charges are still online means there's a lot of value that hasn't been utilised here from the frontline infantry. In the back, we can see those Javos also haven't been utilised with all of their ammunition. They're going to be getting thumped here by cavalry and also those malevolent dryads. In the back, I didn't see where that Manticore went. Manticore is over here fighting up against Drycha. So, ooh, okay, very decent damage there. Pendulum doing some nice work up against the Javelins. Manticore is in fighting, so I guess fighting up against cavalry. I'd like to see it more focused on Drycha if at all possible. It does have that terror, so it is going to be terrifying one unit, but here, looks like Drycha is going to be punching back a little bit. She does have 68 melee attack with that magic damage as well, so she can do some nice punch indeed. In the middle, that's what we have, broken 2 units of those skink cohorts. Javelins going down, still fighting at the Coxagors. I think that's an Earthblood there in the middle. No, it's a Flesh to Stone, giving 120 armor here for those Zotes. Skink cohorts fighting alongside Chameleon Stalkers here in the middle pocket, up against those War Dancers, Bladesingers, and the Elite Zotes. But what's to speak of left here? There's not too much left for the Lizardmen. We can see the Oxyotl with the Croxagor in the middle. They're going to be fighting pretty hard. Looks like the other 2 have gone down here, I think. What's that? It's going to be what? No, Cobble Riders, Chameleon Stalkers. Looks like there's 1 unit of Croxagors in the back, and that looks to be it. And this is going to be the focused middle pocket. We need to get some more of those Javelins back inside. Merfalerf is saying GG. That looks to be it so far. It looks like here, unfortunately, Oxyotl and the crew are going to go down. And, yeah, GG's well played. A really nice round. How you doing, Neckbet? How you doing well, buddy? Grombrindal looks in good form. Grombrindal is in good form. Grombrindal plays a lot. Mr. Rubber Duck of War, the big quack in the chat. And the question is, quack, quack, or quack? Which is the answer? You tell me. Grombrindal. I think... So the way... This was a nice army composition, a good idea. And I think the way to play it was use on his blasting charges a little bit more. I think that... get a more utilization out of the blasting charges to remove the infantry a bit more and having the javelins over the top as well. So, you know, just coming back and forward and kiting. 1 volley of javelins dropping, volley of javelins. Delete that front line, because then you've only got to worry about the cavalry. You have armor-piercing cavalry here with the Cold Riders. Crossgores with the good armor-piercing as well. They are going to be anti-infantry, of course, but they'll still do some good punch up against the cavalry. 2,000 damage value for the Wild Hunters of Kurnos. They were just cleaning crew up here in the back, and Oxyotl still had value, and we still had another summon from the Skink Priest of Beasts. Now, of course, you need... So, with all of this blasting charges and this kite, you need to get that utilization. I think here as well, Skink Cohort needs to go up to another Javelin. You need those volleys. You need that ammunition. Or here in this matchup, the other way to go is you bring... or at least the way I like to do it, I bring 5 of the Chameleon Stalkers and I bring 5 of the Chameleon Skinks. That's what I do. And looks like here we have the triple Coxagors. So, yeah, pretty good. I didn't go through the stats, my apologies. But yes, GG's well played. Well, I mean, we saw 2,000 there for the Wild Hunters of Kurnos. They just deleted everything, really. Actually, don't worry. We're all good. We're all good. We're all good. So, yeah, I mean that's the way it goes, CJ. Sometimes you know you bring a build, you try and do something with it, and you know that's just the way it goes. This is the way it goes. All right. So the next game here is going to be Prague. So let's set up on Prague. You know, and ideally you could bring sometimes the most optimal builds, and your opponent can just expect that. Have had more practice against it than you. Sorry, I just missed a few messages. Right, we're all good. Yeah, we're all good. We're all good. Alright, so we're going to move on here. So we're now going to be 2-0 to Mr. Chad Thorgrim. Now, of course, we do have to get up some of the elite screen blockers we have. So, of course, there we go. And let's pick up another one. Let's go with 2-0 here to Mr. Grombrindal. So he's going to be winning there with Wood Elves up against the big boys. And we don't need this anymore. As 40-20-80, how you doing? Son of Mountain Grombrindal is a well-known top player. Merfalerf is just a streamer. Duros, how you doing? I think you can move your overlay down a tad. My overlay down a tad. I don't know how to click. Sorry, yes, Duros, I meant to do that for you. How do I move it all down in one go is the question. Duros, is that better for you? I don't know if that's... It's a small movement, I know. Is that better for you? Let me just add you in there. Hope that's better for you, Duros. If it isn't, let me know. Yeah, no problem, dude. Duros, also do feel please do me a favor, jump onto the Discord and get in contact with me, please. I'd really appreciate that. If you could get in touch with me personally, I just want to have a chat with yourself. All right. So oh, by the way, nothing bad, so nothing to worry. Wood Elves, TK, Empire Band, VP, and Greenskins. Okay. But yes, in theory, AS 40-20-80 is correct. Of course, Merfalerf here is a newer player in the scene, and Son of the Mountains Grombrindal, of course, is a little bit more experienced here in the top level. But what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to get top players from each individual clan, and of course, Merfalerf was available today, and so was Grombrindal, and there wasn't many others available today, so I wanted to bring two good level players together to put on a show for you guys. The Zotes could beat Cold Spears if they get the charge. Asking for a friend. Yes, they comfortably beat Cold Spear Riders. Yes, if you pop Flesh to Stone and you get the charge on them, they dumpster them. They absolutely dumpster them, as far as I'm aware. I don't know how it would work in the Cav patch. I don't know. But in the current patch, yes, they dumpster the living daylights out of them. Yes. They, for every hit you have from one of those, they kill a model, I'm pretty sure. Do you think... yep, seen that. But yeah, no. So it looks like here a little better than the live is what 50% if you believe. Okay, good to know. Good to know. I'll certainly keep an eye on that. So just like we are now going to have Wood Elves up against Empire now. Another faction that is favoured now, or at least another fight-up that is now favoured in one direction. I certainly think this is Empire favoured. Pretty heavily as well. I think, you know, the fact that you have Winds of Magic that's favouring good armoured infantry. I really like Empire. It's a really well-rounded force. And if you want to know anything more about that, of course, Human Boy recently did a talk show with Turin. So you guys can go check that out and find a little bit more about the Empire. You know, go on there and watch that. You'll see some nice work there. I feel a meme tank as well. I think I actually think a steam tank is not bad in this matchup. I really don't. One thing you could justify in this matchup is you win Carla Franz with a healing caster and a steam tank. You bring Earthblood and you bring Regrowth. Listen, it's not bad. It's not bad. And then you bring a Firecaster with just Burning Head. It's not terrible. Therefore you got healing, anti-blob meta. It's not bad. It's not bad. I'm not sad about it. Crap, internet crashed and missed the full game. No, Mr. Blackthorn. No. The legend falls. Logic Zypher versus Catan best of 7 after this one or not? Should be indeed. Hello. I'm Mr. M. Welcome, sir. Hope you're doing very well today. Hope you're having a great day. Right, let me have a look at this. So if we go here. Nope, we don't want that. Give me just 2 seconds, ladies and gentlemen. Something I forgot to do because I'm a silly boy and I was very busy. It doesn't mean I'm not silly. Do 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 do. But what's your thoughts? Let me know what your thoughts are in the chat. Do you think this is Empire favoured? Do you think this is Wood Elf favoured? What sort of approaches do you take in this matchup? What do you think is favourable and why? I'd be very interested to know what you all think because, of course, my knowledge is limited in this matchup, but I certainly have my opinions. I think that, especially for the Empire, everything that can be brought from the Wood Elves can be comfortably out-traded from the side of the Empire. You know, for example, you bring cavalry, we've got spears, we've got cheap spears and cheap halberds. But of course, then, you know, of course, they could be shot, etc., whatever. But of course, then they have easier range to shoot back as well. You know, for example, crossbowmen or huntsmen do very well in this matchup. I like huntsmen in this matchup. Alright, looks like they're both ready. Let's load in. Fantastic. There we go. That's that done now, and I can focus up. Rusty, how you doing? Evening. 600 meters of range. What is your main faction? My main faction is Dawi. Dawi by far. Comfortable Empire favourite, I'd say, yeah. I think so too. Arrows of K Murder. Yeah, Arrows of Cast do well. Yeah, this is true. I think Hammond puts that lovely. That's a really nice comment from you, Hammond. Yeah, it's not really fair just characterise him as a streamer. He is new to the game, but of course he does play a lot and he has some good experience. And of course here Grombrindal has some good experience at the very top level of the game, for sure. Alright, so let's have a look here. So for the thick of the core of the Empire. So we will have, yes, the Steam meme. Oh my god, it's like I know what I'm talking about. So the Steam tank here, of course, unbreakable, great armor piercing, anti-infantry, good shots. With a Jade Wizard, just Earthblood and Lifebloom, no, oh, and Volkmar the Grim. So we are going to have the Grand Soulfire, the Grand Shield of Faith, the Grand Hammer of Sigmar, Banishment, and the Jade Griffin. So the unbreakable duo here in the middle, with Huntsman, mixing with some Empire Knight Spears on the front line as well. Nice, cheap, and cheerful. And he's, oh, shields as well. Going all out here for the Empire, we can see. Oh my god, triple chevron indeed. So, Huntsman as well, looks like triple of those. We're going to have some Sigma Suns for the Unbreakable Swordsman, and some more Swordsmen dotted around the pocket. 2 units of the Empire Knights for that pin-in, and yeah, pretty gorgeous force indeed. I actually don't think the Steam Tank is as much as a meme as people give it injustice for. No, the blocker, the blocker. I apologise. I apologise, the blocker. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Such a nice blocker, I know. Right, 4 units of Dryads in the middle. We're also going to be having the Glade Riders with Hagbane Tips, Hagbane Tips, Hagbane Tips, and Hagbane Tips. Shields here with the Anti-Large and Armor-Piercing Eternal Guards, and it looks like Wild Riders here with some Glade Rider Spears at the back. So yeah, nice work there. Pretty decent force. Good range as well. Of course, here they could arbitrate against Huntsman, but of course, fighting up against Huntsman can be tough. So for those who didn't see, this is the formation. We have 5 units of spears, 1 on the flank. We have some Empire Knights on the right, Empire Knights in the back, triple swordsmen here as well, including the Sigma Suns, triple of the Huntsman, and in the middle, of course, the big steamy Mimi. Look at this bad boy. He is an absolute model of the Empire right here. He's going to be unbreakable with all the good stats, with 160 armor as well, with the man, the myth, the legend, the Tash at the front line. Look at this man. This man is just a heroic symbol, if I do say so myself. But of course, here we'll be having all of the great buffs, as well as the Jade Griffin for that healing, magic, and fire damage. We have the big JD on foot, here with the Earthblood and Life Bloom. Gorgeous stuff. Gorgeous stuff. Now, in the side here, we are going to be having the gorgeous Sisters of Twilight. Now, these are just an incredible model here with the Eagle Quiver, Conjoined Destiny, and Vantage. And for the magic damage here, we are going to have the Branch Wraith. Probably the most competitive here with Pendulum and Earthblood, very commonly seen. Now, of course, here, what you could have done, you could have had the Branch Wraith. Maybe you could have brought its ability where it's in the trees, it gets extra mana. That's a very strong ability. Of course, when you do run out of mana, you just chuck it into some trees, allow it to regenerate some of that winter magic, and go forward from there. This is going forward. They do actually have, I think Eagle Quiver is 400 meters. Please don't be wrong. Please don't be wrong. 400 meters. Good. Good. God, I knew I was right. Right. And 190 meters of range where they got armor sundering, armor piercing, and all the great stuff. So armor sundering here on the steam tank with a few volleys going in as well. Plague of Rust might have been quite nice actually. Can they get Plague of Rust? No, they can't. But Plague of Rust, actually, Plague of Rust would be disgusting with this faction. But Plague of Rust would have been very nice here as well. So good shots in the front line here. Pretty good damage up against the Spearmen. Even with those shields, they're going to get hit pretty hard here in the front line. But of course, here they're going to absorb a lot of that value. 35% of that damage is going to get resisted here by those shields in the front line. Good arrows, good poison in the front line. But the Huntsmen are now going to start to fire. But of course, here we are going to outnumber 5-3. And the Dryads are inbound. The Dryads should be able to wreck the pocket here with the Spearmen. That anti-large bonus there is not really going to aid too much. Volkmar is in the front. He's going to be memeing and dreaming here through these Dryads. He's very known for doing that deletion. Now, of course, they do have a fire weakness, so of course, plus 25% damage up against Volkmar. So get that to 208 weapon strength and increase that by 25%. Going to get nerfed there by the poison, thanks to Hagbane tips. Armor sundering shots coming out of the Sisters. Keep those flying around. and just keep shooting into Volkmar. I think that's the best way forward. Steamy Meme, he's going to be firing as well in the front line. Not too sure what he's aiming for. I think he's just going to be hitting the Wild Riders in the back. And, you know, I certainly don't blame him. In the middle, we can see Spearmen are going down here to Dryads, trying to charge in with the Empire Knights, clean up, probably get the Swordsmen through. Looks like the Sigmas are going to be taking the job here. They've certainly taken the contract to protect the Huntsmen. And they'll do that to the last model for sure. Now, shots coming in the front line still from these Hagbane tips. They're going to be firing pretty ferociously here in that front line and doing some pretty good damage up against the cheap infantry. There's just a pour of green here in the middle. And it looks like Volkmar the Meme is certainly getting punched here in the front line. Reducing that armor and getting shot here by all those arrows. It's a nice and cheap, cheerful way of having a nice plague of rust there. It's just a constant plague of rust from the beautiful sisters. They're going to be shooting in, and Volkmar is going to be wheeling and dealing, but he's certainly going to be getting punched pretty hard. Wouldn't mind seeing the Wild Riders getting a fat charge in here as well, and that could certainly do some nice damage. Swordsman pushing out to the left, pushing out these Dryads, but we have the Huntsmen inbound. Huntsmen do need to shoot this cavalry. If we do remove that cavalry, we will certainly have the mobility advantage, and probably the victory here today. Empire Knight struggling here in the back. But in the middle here we have some Wild Riders. They are going to be charging down up against the Empire Knights. Cannons firing into the Glade Rider Spears. But as you can see here, this steam tank could come through and maybe push off some of these Glade Riders. In the back, the Empire Knights, very heavily armoured, but of course they are going to be breaking under the fire. Not too sure why they're breaking. They do have 15 leadership. They should come back relatively quickly. Shattering is going to be the Huntsman. Some nice work here from Merfalerf. He's going to be shutting down the core here of the Empire. Now, balance of power is going to be even, but I can certainly say here that what else are doing very well at this point. Big shots here in the middle. And I think Volkmar, still 70 armor. We need to keep shooting Volkmar here, I think. Keep shooting at Volkmar. Keep putting the pressure on him. And force him here to keep moving. Now, he's going to be fighting up against the Total Guard shields. Healing in the pocket is going to help, but of course we do see the healing cap of Volkmar the Grim overcasted here to heal that pocket. In the back here, though, the Jade Wizard is weak. Huntsmen are now starting to shoot here into the Hagbane tips. And Spearmen holding off the last unit of the Dryads out here on the right. Cavalry with the Empire Knights pushing into the back up against the Hagbane tips. 60 models here still with 6 ammunition, so a lot still here to offer. Now, of course, Volkmar the Grim does have magic resistance as far as I'm aware, but I think it's 25%. I can never really remember. No, 40%. God damn. So maybe the Hagbane tips maybe aren't the best thing to shoot here, actually. Sisters still moving, but they are going to get shot here by the steam tank, and they are going to be getting shot here by the Huntsman. Now, of course, she needs to keep moving as much as possible, but maybe we could still do with pouring into Volkmar, actually, because he is down by armor as well. 70 armor and 40% magic resistance with that missile resistance as well. Just makes him a super tanky boy. What have we got for that missile resistance? 15%, so that's 55% negation to all incoming missiles here from the Hagbane tips. Perhaps the Starfire shafts here might have been a little bit better. Steam tank here firing into the front line. You can certainly hit the sisters whilst they're on the floor, but she's going to be breaking and shattering the Empire Knight. So lovely work there from Merfalerf. He's doing a brilliant job so far here in the middle. Now, of course, still taking damage is going to be Volkmar the Grim. Is he going to be back up to 100 armor? He is back up to 100 armor. We need to get the sisters in and firing. Removing this armor is very, very key. But what might be better now, the armor's up to top, start getting these shots into the back up against the Huntsman. Over here on the right, we can see a resurgence here from the Wild Riders. Do we have... Where are they? Yes, we do have the branch rifle in the middle. A heal here for the nice Wild Riders will be good. Steam tank still shooting in. That artillery is going to be negative 10 leadership. Currently 8 because they're losing, apparently. Probably just because they're losing to the cannon. In the middle, though, Volkmar the Grim, 2,400 health. Now, he will lose to the sisters, I think, on the Eagle. What have we got? 60 melee attack? Yeah. He'll lose to the Eagle, I'm pretty sure. But we do have Swordsman in the front. Pendulum in the back that I think was intended for the Spearmen. We have one unit of Hagbane tips out of ammunition. Push those into the Spearmen. Drop these back. Try and get them round the corner. Looks like we have some Glade Riders in the back here. But I don't know what we have to take out the steam tank. I don't know what we have to take out the steam tank. We do have the Wild Riders. They lack armor piercing. Once that steam tank has run out of ammunition, he does have terror. Don't have the immune psychology here for the sisters. If we can break Volkmar, I don't know. I don't think we can win here. I think actually maybe going for Volkmar was the wrong idea. I think perhaps the steam tank had to be the way forward. So just like the Grand Shield of Faith going down, 20% damage resistance is a nice play. Yeah, it's looking pretty tough here, I think. I think it's looking pretty tough for the Wood Elves. They were doing well. They were doing well. But, of course, here now they've got all their ammunition here caught up. We have broken most of the infantry, but, of course, being unbreakable, Volkmar and the steam tank is going to be tough. We don't have any of those spearmen left. We can shoot with the Sisters of Twilight. We have lost the Jade Wizard. Taking out Volkmar would be nice. You can remove all those buffs, of course, with the Grand Shield of Faith and the Grand Hammer of Sigmar, and obviously Soulfire. So losing those debuffs can be very good. Now, of course, he's going to stick nice and close here to the steam tank. Don't really want to keep the Branch Wraith too close. Branch Wraith will get hit pretty hard here by Volkmar the Grim. Nice hit there from the Eagle, though. Good rear charging. But now we are going to use the Soulfire in the pocket. Is she going to get out? Looks like she is going to get out. Maybe a little bit of damage. A heal could be really clutch here if we could get the Branch Wraith with a nice good heal. Rear charge from Volkmar the Grim. Yeah, Wavering now terrified is the Sisters of Twilight. Arrows still pouring in, so they are going to be shooting after Volkmar the Grim, and some of them going here into the steam tank. Certainly want to shoot Volkmar if you can. 160 armor is going to be almost impenetrable here for those arrows. Yeah, Volkmar is struggling. 1.4k health for him. Glade Riders are charging downhill. Target wasn't Volkmar the Grim, but looks like the target is going to be the Huntsman. So hit here in the sky is going to be the Sisters of Twilight. Was that a... Oh! Conjoined Destiny goes down. Lovely. Conjoined Destiny will heal her up gorgeously. Dryads and some Tonal Guards dotted around. These need to get back into the middle as soon as possible. Looks like we have some swordsmen here. We're going to charge using the Glade with the Hagbane tips. They'll certainly get a downhill charge here. They'll be quite out. Look at those leaps into the front line here. Breaking apart swordsmen, doing some pretty nice work in the pocket here. This is a very close battle between these two. Balance of power is now back to even. We can see the Hagbane tips are going to be clearing out. What do we have here? 20 melee attack, 27 melee defense, 32-32. But of course, Hagbane tips were healthier, so we are going to win there. Shots still going to be firing here into Volkmar the Grim. Certainly want to run away here with the Hagbane tips. We still have some ammunition. Even if it's only one volley, it's going to be helpful. Branch Wraith is moving in. Hagbane tip shots. What do we have? 43 melee attack. Nice Conjoined Destiny. Should allow the Sisters to dive in here and do some good work. Volkmar the Grim is going to be... Oh my god, look at that. Tokyo drift in here from Volkmar the Grim. Just digging his way there. Just skirted around the edge. I love that. But Volkmar the Grim, 640 health for him. Oh, that was a big hit there on the Sisters. God damn it. They got demolished here. It's another steam tank shot. That's a hit. -5 leadership. Conjoined Destiny. I don't know what we have. It had to be below 10% health, I think. Oh, nice Eagle Quiver there. Eagle Quiver in the pocket to try and see if we can hit Volkmar the Grim. Can we get in with the Eternal Guards, though? Charging in, spears up. No real hits there, unfortunately. They are going to instantly terrify. We do actually have the Branch Wraith. Branch Wraith needs to kill Volkmar the Grim. Needs to kill Volkmar the Grim. Because that 24 melee attack plus that damage resistance is too much. Okay, so they are in. We are going to be fighting. 360 health for Volkmar. 340. And he's going to get away. Looks like Huntsmen are in. Grand Shield of Faith down. Still shooting here with the steam tank. Oh, another heal here. Conjoined Destiny going off for the second time for the Sisters. That's the last of their health. That's it. That's all. Balance of power is in the Wood Elf favour. We are going to break apart the Huntsman here. Our last unit is coming. A charge in from the Hagbane tips. If we can kill Volkmar, anything here is possible. A charge on the Volkmar. No damage there from the Sisters. They are going to get 13 seconds of charge bonus. Soulfire going down for the damage. 7 health for Volkmar the Grim. What's going down here for Volky? Is Volky going to survive any longer is the question. One hit here. Any successful hit will kill Volkmar the Grim. He's charging off the Sisters of Twilight. Big damage there. Volkmar goes down. So no bonuses left here for the steam tank. She needs to stay alive. She is terrified. If they stay alive, anything is possible. Now they move on to the steam tank. It's going to be the steam tank versus the world. And unfortunately, Terra is probably going to win out the day. We do have immune to psychology here for the Dryads. So they will stay in and fight, but the armor piercing is limited. The Branch Wraith is healthy. I'm sure we have some Earthbloods in here as well. Want to try and see if we can get a couple units are going to be healing around the outside. Can we clear out? She needs to come in and dive. We have shattered with the Huntsman. Shots. Oh no, she shattered. Okay, so we have a short amount of time here to God, how far has she got? She has not got far. Okay, so the one advantage of her shattering yet is the fact that we're not going to get negative 16 leadership. When she goes off, if we have not killed this steam tank, we're in big trouble. Because that'd be negative 16 leadership, negative 8 from the fear, and then terror as the multiplier. So we do have to be careful here. Earthblood going down, I believe. Is that Earthblood? I don't know what that was. Maybe there was an Earthblood in here, I'm not too sure. Steam tank is getting damaged over time. 160 armor can only sustain so much damage. Steam tank is moving. Cycle charging through here. I love watching this. This is enjoyable. This is enjoyable. This is what we all came here to see. Where are the sisters? They're not off yet. They're not off yet. Just wait, unfortunately. Oh, they are taking a long route off the battlefield here. This is very, very fortunate for the High Elves. A couple units are going to break in the middle. We need to get a bit more of a surround here on this tank. Fighting just on one front is not going to work. That's going to benefit the steam tank quite a bit. She's not off yet. The ladies are not gone, but a lot of this is going to be breaking, and this will be a loss for the Wood Elves if she goes off, because that mean everything will break en route. We have a matter of seconds here. We need to start getting some units. Some units are coming back. They're going to instantly break here, though, I feel like. That white line is super close. Steam tank is going down, though. That steam tank is dying. Eternal Guards with shields are going to be fighting for the armor piercing. Sisters are still online. And there we go. Lord fled, and we can now see everything's wavering. Everything is going to be breaking. We can see here, encouraged from the branch wraith is still going to hold. But as you can see, a lot of this is going to be breaking and moving away. Oh my god, getting yeeted is that branch wraith. Balance of power is massively in the Wood Elf favour, but that's not so true. Big charge into Hagbane Tips is breaking. A few units have shattered here, unfortunately. We can see some of those Dryads are going to be shattering here. Steam tank moving through here up against the Hagbane Tips. Branch wraith in the middle. The branch wraith can do some work. I don't know if the branch wraith is going to be able to kill the steam tank, though, is the question. Now, I believe it has an ability in melee combat. I thought it had an ability in melee combat where it does... Maybe it's just the ROR. I think the ROR does damage over time. There's like a... I think there's a steam... output, I think, from the outside. Maybe it's just the ROR. I think it's just the ROR, I think. So it looks like here we have Terrified yet again with the Glade Riders. Sorry, the Glade Guard. Glade Guard still fighting in the middle, though, up against the steam tank. Silver chevron for this goddamn machine. This thing's up to 190 kills, 4,400 damage value. God damn it. This thing is destroying right now. So we have a very healthy branch wraith up against a steam tank. Now, one-on-one, I don't know how I feel about this. Damage by artillery, melee combat. Oh my god. It looks like they're both going to skip here. Branch wraith is going to fight. Right, so the branch wraith is still fighting here. That steam tank is going very strong. And so we actually have... They're gonna break before they come into combat. These should come back. So we're going to Terrify for the second time. And they'll actually break as well. So that's 2 out of 3 there. If you break the third time, you do shatter. So here the branch wraith is going to be fighting. Balance of power here is going to very quickly change. One branch wraith fighting here up against the steam tank. When I say down to the wire, this game is down to the wire. You need to get these Eternal Guards in. They're going to be winded now. They're going to be getting that mana back, but they need to come in and aid and fight up against the steam tank. Because it's just a 1v1. You will lose with the branch wraith. That's for sure. Right, so for the last time here, we are going to get the Glade Guard in. Some of those nice armor-piercing spears as well. It's super close here between both of these. It is super close. Wavering. Bands of power coming back to even. 2,000 health. 1.8 against 670. Problem is everything's taking a bit of an age to get here, unfortunately. Apparently a rear shot goes into the Eternal Guards. No ammunition, but still shooting, apparently. Looks like we are going to break here with a Branch Wraith. And that is going to be the game. Grombrindal pulling it out at the end. God damn it. That Steam Tank. That Steam Tank. Steam Tank playing pinball. That Branch Wraith, indeed. Indeed, man. God damn it. Yeah, the tank is going to win, dude. The tank did win. So 2,100 damage value here for Volkmar the Grim. 36 here for the Jade Wizard with 24, 160, 140, as well as 180 and 160 for the Spearman. So 633, 430 for the Empire Knights, with the Huntsman getting 380, 1.2 and 1,050. We also got 350, 865 for the Swordsman, with 750 for the Sigma Sons. Now, one thing we're all waiting for, Silver Chevron, 203 kills, 5,353 damage value, with 23,000 damage dealt. God damn. God damn it. That was a battle. That was a battle. 1,875 for the Sisters of Twilight, 1,050 for the Branch Wraith, 380, 430, 180, and 340 for the Dryads, 380, 390, and 800 for the Eternal Guards, with 800, 1,050, 1,050, 1,090, and 875 for the Hagbane Tips. Now, could Starfire Shafts have been better? Yes, I think so. I think 5 Starfire Shafts would have been better than 5 Hagbane Tips. Armor Piercing would have been good here up against the Empire Knights, good against Volkmar, and also good against the Steam Tank. Now, Hagbane Tips with the poison also is good for poisoning all that front line, but of course the magic damage with 55% missile and magic resistance for Volkmar is a bit painful. And yeah, I think they would have been better. I think for sure they would have been better. Looks like we got 800 for the Spears, and we got 470 and 490 for the Wild Riders. I think also just going wider with Glade Guard Spears would have been better, because of course here Wild Riders are good, but any Armoured Cav, of course, they're going to do pretty much no better here than the Glade Rider Spears. That's not necessarily true, but you know, in theory. It felt a bit like playing ping pong. Apparently I should have killed the tank. Tank instead of Volk. Yeah, indeed. Yeah, indeed. Yeah, it's a tough one. You need to kill both, because of course Volkmar's going to keep all those buffs. He's going to keep that regen, blah 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 blah. But of course, when he's on his own at the end, he can thump pretty hard. A year ago, no one ever heard of Volkmar. Yeah, pretty much. Steve is Sigmar's mount. Yeah, man, what a comeback. Yeah, indeed. I think Merfalerf played really well, but the Pimp Tank came through, and the Pimp Tank certainly did bits. That's for sure. The Pimp Tank did bits. Right. Let's go to here quickly. Give me 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. Alrighty, so Game 4, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be 3-0 here to the man, the myth, the legend. And of course, it's the great time here for the screen blocker. Nice. So, got added, 1 second. Oh dear. Alrighty, so let's jump in with you guys. So, what do you guys think about the steamy meme? What did you think? How you doing, Hudson? Hope you're doing well, buddy. Pimp Steam Tank Steve, indeed. Pimp Tank Steve. We're gonna call him Steve now, are we? Okay, Steve the Steam Tank. Remove regen from Volkmar. No, I don't think so. I think if you remove regen from Volkmar, you'll never see him again. Choo-choo! Steve's OP, worse than Gorbals. Branch Faith is a flying unit, confirmed. Steam Tank has a gun. I think it does a little damage. Ah, does it though? Does it? Does it really? I don't know if it does a little damage. Damn it, I'm late to the party again. Didn't pop up on my notifications. Oh, sorry, Morgan. Sorry, dude. Maybe I should... do you guys think I should @ everybody in my Discords for that? I think I did @ everybody, I think, this time. I tried to do it as little as possible. Alright, so... What's the map now? Yes, let me have a look. So the map now is... Karak Buftar. Grombrindal, you are to pick. There we go. Ah, I see. Well, you're in the right place now, Captain Morgan. That's all that matters. That's all that matters. Alright, let me ask you guys this question then. So, let's get this rolling. I'll put out a poll for you guys. I'm interested to know your thoughts. Of course, a lot of you saying that you think, in general, it's a little bit better with the with the cav patch. If that's the case, what do we do going forward? So... Ooh. Alright, there you go. There's your question. So the question is, would you like me to use the beta patch going forward here for the rest of my streams, tournaments, blah, 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 etc., whatever? Would you like it? If you do, let me know. Yes, I don't mind, or no. Good for me to know. One of you says I don't mind. I don't mind means it pretty much it would just be down to me. Alright, Grombrindal, we made a deal. You might not have agreed to it, but I believe you did. It's time to throw the rest, and we can split the winnings of my bet. Me when I get at everyone, who dares summon me? I do. I summon you, Mr. Hammond. By the way, Logic, are you considering doing a Longbeard tournament league? Yes. So. With the reminder of the brilliant CJ. So one thing I do try and do in every single live stream is I do try and promote some of the stuff I do here. So, of course, Merfalerf is a newer player compared to Grombrindal in the tournament scene. But if you are very new here, I've seen quite a few new faces here in the live stream today. I do offer something called the Shortbeard League. Now, The way this works is you come onto my Discord, which hopefully one of the lovely admins, and if they're not here, if one of the other lovely admins could drop a link in here, that'd be great. If not, I'll do that myself in a second. But you'll jump on there, and what you'll do is you'll play one of the admin team or myself. And then what you do is you get placed in one of our 5 leagues for the Shortbeards. Now, in the Shortbeard League, you only ever play up against other Shortbeards of your level. So here we go from the Urkrim Miners to the Warriors of Dragonfire Pass to the Grombrindal Guard to the Peakgate Guard to the Norgrimling Ironbreakers. And you move your way up to get promoted every season. There's normally 5 or 6 players in each of the tournament listings. So in each of the sections, there's sort of 5-6 players who will play 5 best of 3s in approximately 2 to 3 weeks. So in theory, as long as you play 1 or 2 best of 3s per week, you should get some good practice, and it will give you good experience to post games and organize games the same way that we play in the WWC. So the WWC is the Warhammer World Championships, so you'll be able to have an understanding of how to organize your games related to probably the biggest competition we have for Warhammer. So that'll be some good experience for you there. And then after every single season is finished with the league, we also do a tournament. So we have a tournament starting this Saturday at 5:30 BST. Now, if you want to come and get involved, come talk to myself and the guys in the Discord, and we'll get you playing in that tournament. And means you get tournament experience, which runs similarly to my Battlemania, which is my competitive tournament, and then obviously league experience, which runs like the WWC. And what that means is you get you gain some great experience here in the tournament scene, where you're not playing big players like Merfalerf and Mr. Thorgrim or myself or other people like that. You have a good way to get into the league, and once you've got promoted out of the Norgrimlings, you then become with the rest of the community. You've essentially got enough experience, and you should be good enough to go play with the rest of the community. Now, one thing I am looking at doing is once you have been promoted, you become a Longbeard. So once you have been promoted from the Norgrimlings, I'll be making a best of 5 league for you guys to play in there as well. So we currently have 4 players, because of course we've had 2 seasons now, so that's 2 people over 2 seasons that have been promoted. So we have 4 players at the moment in the Longbeard section. So we'll be looking to get a league going there so you guys can then get some best of 5 practices. And then you'll be eventually, at some point, you'll be invited to come on to live stream just like this, where you can play best of 7s, best of 9s, and best of 15s in the future. So any questions, feel free to ask, and yeah, let me know. Oh, wicked. So I'll leave that link there for you. So if we go onto here, invite people, no limit, never, generate. Lovely. So for you guys, you can join up here if you are interested in doing any of those sort of things, or if you just want to join up and see all the content I have on the channel. You'll see all my leagues, tournaments, single player, multiplayer stuff. It's the best place to join. Or if you have any replays, more importantly, feel free to send those in as well. So for Chad Thorgrim, looks like we have Chaos, Lizardmen, and Skaven, banging Greenskins and Vampirates. So it looks like TK ban Chaos. And I think TK is quite a big pick here from Merfalerf, and it looks like Skaven will be the pick. Yes, indeed. Best of 15s. Well, actually, the way we were going to... So I did a best of 9 with Alfredinho against Lotus Moon. They initially wanted to do a best of 15. I didn't have time to organise a best of 15. I could only do a best of 9. But in theory, yes, we were going to be doing a best of 15. Yes. I invariably put the top players in the best of 15s because, of course, they can use all the factions. So it's nice to see matchups and gameplay that's a bit different. So obviously, the more you increase your best of series, so from best of 5, best of 7, best of 9, best of 15, the more you increase it, you'll see much different matchups. You'll be seeing, for example, some people might even throw some games. So for example, you might, let's say you're not good with Tomb Kings, you might go, well, they've banned this and this, I don't really have anything I can win with here, so I'm just going to try the Tomb Kings and see if the Tomb Kings can win here, for example. As an example, in a best of 15, you don't mind throwing a single game to get rid of a faction that you will eventually have to play, but I don't mind using it here because I'm not so great with them. Don't make me laugh while I was drinking there for more. Best of 15. I don't even have 15 factions. Next bit, best of 15 mirror, best day ever. Now we're talking. God damn it! Don't put these thoughts into the PE head. Don't do it. Don't you do it, Mr. Jeremy. But yeah, go ahead, guys, and jump in. Come to the Discord if you're not already part. Come make yourself known. We play games every single day. I generally play most evenings. I hang around the Discords almost every single night. I organise sub-commanders, and I've got lots of other great things coming forward as well. So make sure that you guys are around. Come say hello. Maybe try and see if you can join some of the leagues. There'll be lots of stuff to come forward. You know, you'll see all of my streams. You'll be able to vote on all the polls for where we do King of the Hills and all of the awesome other stuff that I like to do. So, here for the Skaven, we are going to have some Skaven slaves with some rat ogres. Is that a gold? That is a bronze chevron. I thought that was a gold chevron there. Clan rats with the shields, clan rats and Skaven slave spears. So we can see here the Council Guard Storm Vermin, the Unbreakable status, anti-large and armor piercing. The Clan Vulcan Tail Slashers, and I think some of the most cost-efficient infantry here for the Skaven. A very nice unit here with that fire resistance. Here, of course, with their good armor, shielded, and they've just got great stats. I really like these boys. They're pretty strong indeed. Also with their fire damage as well is pretty nice. Clan Rat Shields, lots of Skaven slaves as well. We are going to have some Warclop Giselles, some Poison Wind Mortars, the Natty Bobo Sharpshooters. Now these gorgeous boys here with the purple and the floating rats apparently. They're going to have Shield Breaker, so of course any shields, they'll be reducing them. In the back here, yeah, looks like some more Skaven slaves. 2 units of Rat Ogres make that 3 units of Rat Ogres, and Lord Skrolk here as the Lord Choice. Now, Lord Skrolk here will have the Liber Barbonicus, as well as the Rod of Corruption, Stand Your Ground, Pestilence Breath, Vermintide, Pestilence Breath, and the Aura of Pestilence here with the Plague Rash. So, for the Toomey boys, for the Bone Zone, we are going to have some Skeleton Warriors mixing with some Skelly Spears in the front line. Lots of Warriors, lots of Spears, lots more Warriors and Spears. Tomb Guard in the back here for some of the more elite infantry. Now, they do have... Nekahara Warriors as well. I never see Nekahara Warriors. I'd much prefer to see a bit more up cost there and bring in some Tomb Guard. How much are those Tomb Guard? He did something with them. But also have some Tomb Guard halberds in the back. Good armor piercing there. Anti-large as well. So some Skeleton Horse Archers mixing in with some Sketchel Stalkers. I believe they have range. Yes, they do. 145 armor piercing. No poison. But of course, they do have those halberds as well. Anti-large armor piercing. Good at just deleting all sorts of large units. Very strong indeed. In the middle, we have Ark in the Black. One of the best, if not the best, of the Spirit Leech casters in the game. You will be having the Liber Mortis, as well as the Staff in the Gash, and the Tomb Blade of Arkan. In the middle, we are going to have a Tomb Prince here with just Guardian. He's going to be on horseback, not on a chariot today, because also with the chariot he can support pretty nicely with Ark in the Black. I don't know if he's a little bit faster. He might just be a little bit faster. I think he's 74 speed on his chariot, but 76 here on a horse. So he's also a little bit cheaper. So, you know. In the middle, looks like we have a unit of the Ushopti Greatbows. Make that 2. So we have some good long armor piercing range as well. So Natty Bobos against Ushopti Greatbows. That could be interesting. Especially when we've got the stalk here for Natty Bobo Sharpshooters. Sharpshooters will outrange by 20 meters as well. So this is also something you have to take into consideration. And they do fire straighter and truer. Who's better? Who's the better undead? Neckbet versus Void, best of 15. Any day, any time. Of course, there would only be 3 of you watching that. Oh dear God. I think that would be funny for maybe 3 games. And then after 3 games, I think I would go down to like 1 viewer. Alright, so game 3 here. Sorry, I meant that game 4, sorry. 3-0 to Grombrindal, game 4. So this could be the decider. Are we going to see a comeback here from Mr. Merfalerf, or are we going to have the victory for some of the mountains, Grombrindal? Mr. Hank Cyrus, how are we? Do it, make all VC mirrors. God damn it. Really good luck, have fun. Just waiting on the big Murph here. While I finish off my cold tea. Best of 1-1 viewer. As long as that one viewer is just you geese, then I'm happy. That makes me a happy man. That's all I care about. I only want just want you, just geese. It's just gonna be a private stream for Geese Howard, for the Geese Man himself. Guinness loved his foes. I don't know if he did, but good luck, have fun. So, in the middle here, I like to see some of these skeleton horse archers maybe moving a little bit forward out onto the flanks here, trying to see if they can just poke some shots here. Maybe trying to see if they can hit the clan Vulcan tail slashers, or maybe see if they can do some good work. Now, certainly want to take the hill here is going to want to be Skaven. If they get on top of this hill, they can then just rain fire down on the Sceptral Stalkers and the Ushopti Great Bows. Ushopti Great Bows also do want to shoot the Rat Ogres. Shooting the Rat Ogres could be a very good bang for buck. Shots are going in up against the Warlock Giselles. Now they can see them, so now they are going to be firing in. It looks like here we're also going to hit on the Poison Wind Mortars. Now, Poison Wind Mortars have 70 armor. One thing I worked out the other day is Poison Wind Globadiers have 100 armor. I never knew that. And it surprised me so much. Right, so Globes are in the front. The majority missing. Now, one did hit, so we are going to get that poison effect. So that is going to damage the Skeleton Warriors in the front. Big shots going in up against these Ushopti Great Bows. Both are going to be firing on one unit. 9 models down to 8 now. Negative 19 leadership. Negative 20. They are going to be certainly under big fire and taking damage over time. Someone in the front here, the Clan Rat, should be able to move forward and just pin in here up against the Tomb Prince and stop him from getting too adventurous here in the front line. Poison Wind Mortars firing in the front. What are we aiming for here is the question. Looks like we're now going to go after the Tomb Guard. Very nice choice here. Lots of damage there up against the Tomb Guard. And looks like they're going to be taking out a model at least. But it's a good poison damage over time here. In the middle, looks like... Oh, what's going down there? Looks like... Oh, the Liber Bonicus. And it looks like we are going to be smashing in with those Rat Ogres. Lord Stalker's in the middle. Doesn't have great melee stats. 62 melee attack plus that Discourage. Oh my god, he's getting deleted. No! Arkan! Stay alive, please. Arkan's going to die here in the middle. Liber Mortis going down, plus leadership, plus 40% damage resistance. But he's getting absolutely dumpstered here. Even with the Liber Mortis and Tomb Prince, that's 55% physical resistance. He's getting destroyed in the pocket. God damn it. So getting destroyed in the middle here, he gets away. I have no idea how we got away there, but he has been decimated in that front line. Balance of power already in the Skaven favour. Looks like we've already lost. Yeah, so going down here to 4 models for the Ushopti Great Bows. Going to be sniping the second unit here. 6 of the Ushoptis on the right. And the Vermintide pushes forward. Plague Monks, anti-infantry, armor piercing, moving into the front line. Skeleton Warriors as well, going to be fighting here up against those Clan Rats. Spirit Leech on the Natty Bobo Sharpshooter should do some good damage and take out a couple of models here. But of course, we aren't going to be sniping up against those Ushopti Great Bows. In the back, those spears. I'm going to be trying to get around the flanks. Moving just completely into the front line here can't happen. You need to get around these flanks. You need to hold out the Clan Vulcan Tail Slashers and these Clan Rat Spears and force the push into the front line. We need to get in. We need to start doing that damage. Moving forward, we can see the Council Guard Storm Vermin. They need to get around the pocket here and start deleting Ark in the Black. The Stuff and the Gash going down for that reduction in all those ability time, as well as that mana increase. Summon in the middle here, looks like the Clan Rats are going to push onto the Ark in the Black. A summon here in the back, it looks like we are going to be getting in the Ushopti here. Ushopti in the pocket could fight, but we have the Rat Ogres nice and close. Need to get the Ushopti in, as well as the Skaven Slaves. They need to do the damage here in the pocket where possible. Mortars fighting in the front line. They're going to be hitting into the Skeleton Warriors. The Liber Mortis getting... Oh, damn, man. Magic damage is going to be ripping apart the Skeleton Warriors here in the front line. Arkan is running away here from the Rat Ogres. I don't blame him. But still in the middle. Lord Skrulk is going to be fighting on strong. Still at max health. Of course, he has that magic damage and that discourage. In the middle, still moving, is going to be Arkin the Black. Needs to deal with these Warlock Giselles and the Poison Wind Mortars. It looks like here, still fighting in the back, is going to be the Shopti. They haven't quite had their, haven't quite had their desired effect of taking down the Warlock Giselles. I don't know what happened to the second unit. What happened to the other? The other unit must have broken. Oh, yeah, there you go. So, Natty Boba Sharpshooters, 5 models still going to come back into the middle. It looks like here the Nekahara Warriors are getting shot by the Poison Wind Globes. But we still have these Shopti Great Bows in the back. They're going to be firing. I think they're shooting here into the Rat Ogres. Dead here is going to be Arkin the Black. He does fall, unfortunately. And it's just going to be the Tomb Prince first as well. Nekahara Warriors will die here momentarily. Big damage up against the Tomb Guard Halberds. And it looks like Lord Stroke is going to be in the front fighting. We do actually have the Skeptral Stalkers here. We have 11 models for them, 2,700 health. They're going to be firing with those armor-piercing shots here into the front line, trying to see if they can hit the Council Guard Storm Vermin. On the sides, Nekahara Horsemen, they are going to be shooting, I think. Yeah, they're going to be shooting, but of course here the Clan Vulcan's quite close, so they should just be able to push out and do some good damage there. Coming back, they shot the Great Bow, 6 models, 1 leadership, 1.7k health for them, 1 shot there from the... Poison Wind's actually run out of ammunition. What happened? Looks like we are getting back the Warlock Giselles. Natty Bobos are in the backside as well here for Grombrindal. The balance of power is spot on. That's going to be army losses and a win here for the Skaven. God damn. 1 in 10 Arkans have been killed. 1 in 10 Arkans agree that bad idea to charge into the middle of everything. Well, listen. Friendly advice, don't take Arkan's Chariot. It doesn't work. That's why it's sad that it doesn't work. Yeah, I normally will play to Murph. He did well. Very top player. Yeah, he's up against a very top player with Mr. Grombrindal. So, we got 1,600 for Lord Skrulk, 120, 87, 68, 46 there for the Skaven Slave Spears. And for the Clanrat Spears, 160, 64, 8. And for the Clanrat Shields, 330, 317, and the RLR 203. 550 here from the Council Guard, with 1,480 here for the Warlock Giselles, 2,100 for the very balanced Poison Wind Mortars, and 460 here for the Natty Bobo Sharpshooters. 280, 407, and also 773 for the Rat Ogres, with 19 and 255 for the Skaven Slaves. So, for Arkin the Black, we are going to have 970 for him, with 170 for the Tomb Prince. 126, 25, 20, 78, and 180 here for the Skeleton Warriors. 190, 170, 180 here for the Skeleton Spearmen, with 15 and 230 here for the Nekahara Warriors. 37 for the Tomb Guard, and for the Halberds we are going to get 180, with 135 here for the Skeleton Horse Archers. Skeptral Stalkers in at 610, with 280 and 850 for the Shopti Great Bows. So, a great victory here to the man, the myth, the legend. We are going to be going here with a 4-0 victory for Mr. Grombrindal. So, well played to him. Great effort indeed. Thanks for the experience. Way over my head today. No, of course. If you want to get better here in the community, don't be afraid of playing players better than yourself. Now, of course, Clan LS is a brand new clan here. It's something that I want to promote here into the community. They're called the Lovers Squad. Now we have Miss Phoenix, who's a streamer. We have Merfalerf. We also have Contende. Quite a few guys there. Really, really cool guys that do play in the Lover Squad clan. Of course, if you guys are interested, I think I'll get Merfalerf to potentially leave a link in the Discord. Yeah, so I'm going to get Merfalerf to leave a link to the LS clan in the Discord under community resources. So if you guys do want to come in and join a brand new squad with some really awesome people, Clan LS could be the clan for you. So that is potentially something you would like to invest in. Yeah, so it's not J Phoenix, it's Phoenix with a triple X. So Phoenix with a triple X is another streamer. So J Phoenix doesn't stream, but Phoenix with the triple X, she streams on Twitch. So go check her out. She'll actually be, you'll see Murph and also Phoenix on my Discord under content creators. So you'll see them in the red. So you'll be able to see her name, and then you'll be able to find where all of her stuff is. So go check them both out. Go check out Merfalerf. Go check out Phoenix. Go check out all, and Contende as well. Contende, awesome guy. Go check them out and check out all their content. You know, lovely guys. And if you want to join with LS, make sure that you join up there. Let's just check the Discord and just message these guys. So I think what I'll do here, I'll ask both the guys if they want to play a final game to end out the stream. I know we won 4-0 here with Grombrindal, but I might just ask if they want to play another game to end up the stream. If they don't, then of course we'll finish it off here. And what I'll ask with you guys, just have a look here. So it looks like a lot of you don't mind. Some of you have said no and yes. Now, what I'm going to say for those that said no, 13%, I can't see who said no, but if you did say no, drop into the Discord and drop me a DM. Tell me why you don't want me to use it, and then some of you tell me, yes, why do you want me to use it? I'd like to know, and your opinions to me. Firstly, A, you'll never offend me, or you'll never annoy me. I only want to know your opinions. Tell me why you would like to see it and why you wouldn't like to see it for the Cav Beta. Now, something I'm going to ask, now we will play this extra game if these guys want to. Looks like Grombrindal is going to shoot, maybe. Right, no. Okay, so just whilst we're waiting, I had the potential to do something else here. Let's just see what's. All right, looks like Grombrindal is going to play another one. I think we start with Murph, so it should be now Mr. Murph, Chad, Murph, Chad, Murph. So Murph will pick 2 and ban none now, because now we're getting into the final stages. Okay, so what I'm offering you guys here as well, so if I was to stream later, so if you say no, I'll put more effort into the content tomorrow. But of course, I'm not saying I won't put effort in tomorrow. It just means I'll I'll try and make something bigger tomorrow. Because, of course, I've only got so much limited time. If I was to stream later tonight, I could do a campaign where it's just me playing in campaign. We can decide what campaign you guys want me to do. Or I can do a bit of Vermintide, or I can do something else. If you want something else, drop it down there on the chat box. I'd like to know what you'd like to see me do. I was chasing Dawi back in Warhammer 1, so I must be in the book. Davina, you've been in the book, period. Like, you're in my book. For just your hatred of the Dawi. Your terrible, terrible hatred of the Dawi. We're good folk with good beards. Like, what's wrong with us? What is wrong with us? Alright, Dark Elves and Empire. Okay, so I need to remember who picked what here. I think also so does Chad Thorgrim. So we had, the first game was Beastmen against Dwarfs. We then had Lizardmen versus Wood Elves. Here we had Tomb Kings, we had TK, and we had Skaven, and I can't remember what the third game was. Oh, of course I can remember the third game. We had Empire from Mr. Chad Thorgrim, and then we had Wood Elves from Merf. And then we had Mr. Chad. Is he still Chad Thorgrim? He's Chad Thorgrim, yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, no! No, you have to go Empire in this matchup. No! Dark Elves struggle in this matchup now so hard. I'm not gonna lie. This is a hard one. This is a hard one for Dark Elves now. I think this is probably the biggest matchup in my opinion that was affected by the most recent release of the DLC. I think this is the most difficult matchup for Dark Elves at the moment. All right, I've got a game for you to play. Divinity 2. Oh, okay. So for those that don't know, if I was to play something else, Divinity 2, I don't know what Divinity 2 is, so please let me know, Juros. But if you want to know my skill sets, what I do, I'm an competitive Call of Duty player, so obviously FPS games are my wheelhouse. As far as real strategy time games go, I've got 7 months experience, my total life. Since I started streaming multiplayer, that's all I got. That's all I got for you guys. But I did play a very long time of Call of Duty to a very, very competitive level. But I'd like to do, we could do some campaign stuff. We could do some Vermintide, something else. If it is something else, what would you like me to see? Would you like to see me do a King of the? I could do a King of the Hill. I could do Come At Me Bro. I could do a number of things really. Looks like something else. Sims. I could play Sims. I've never played Sims. King of the Hill would be cool if possible. Okay, King of the Hill, cool. King of the Hill, if it's not too late. Yeah, I could do King of the Hill. I made too many short jokes to not be in the book. I mean, Neckbear, you were born in the book. You didn't get put in the book. You were born and put in the book. At least Davina, like, see, this is the difference, right? The Dawi know what is, like, when you're in the book, sometimes you can, there are certain people that can pay off their debts. You were born, immediately put in the book, because we knew what you were going to be. You were going to be a hatred of the Dawi from the moment you came out. But at least Davina, I know that she can come round. I know that she can be brought round to the side of the beard. You have been burning beards from the day you were born, sir. Okay. Brett, what else? Greenskins are worse. This is winnable. I actually think I've got a really nice build for Wood Elves. I've got a really nice build as Dark Elves for Wood Elves. Yep, really nice build. Britannia is tough. Britannia is tough, but it's not impossible. I actually don't think it's that bad. Greenskins is tough. I'll give you that. Greenskins is tough. Greenskins is very tough. But I genuinely think Lizardmen is really bad at the moment. It is really bad. A stream of Dawn of War 1 with the Unity mod. I have never played Dawn of War. I know that might hurt some of you. StarCraft, never played StarCraft. Contende, how you doing? Dwarves, I'm offended. I will write in my diary. You think the book is your ally? I was born in the book. Modified by the book. I see tall person and I didn't see a tall person until I was a man. Alright, so we need to go on to the next map here. Right, let's have a look here. So, I just need to double check which map we're on. So we are on Eshken. Good old Eshken, eh? At Logic. Old school Rome free-for-all. I actually don't have Shogun. Oh, do I have Shogun? I don't know. Maybe I do. What other Warhammer series do I have? I have Rome Total War, Rome Alexander, the original Total War Warhammer 1, Total War Warhammer 2. I do have Total War Shogun 2. I do actually have it. I've never played it, never touched it. Vermintide, I've got League of Legends, never played it. I've got Smite, I've played it twice. Move or Die, that was absolutely hilarious. Me and Ducky have been playing the bejeebies out of that. Among Us as well. I'm garbage at Move or Die, but it's such a fun game. RuneScape, I played quite a bit of that. What else have we got here? Counter-Strike, although I'm garbage on mouse and keyboard. I even play Vermintide on a controller. I am not good if I play on mouse and keyboard. What else have I got here? Apex Legends, but I play that on console better. I could play Apex Legends. Yeah, could certainly play Apex Legends. I'm pretty good at it. What else have we got here? That is it. That is it, my friends. That is it. You could play games for Human Point ideas for creator channel. You could play for one of the games in Human Boys. Okay, I could do. Yeah. Do you wanna send me some ideas, Mr. Hank Cyrus? Eshken. P at Logic. P has quite a bit of Smite simps. Oh, really? Okay. Okay. I played it maybe twice. I still don't understand it. Play League of Legends with Contende. Oh, maybe. I have never played League of Legends, so I would not know what I'm doing. Ever. Stardew Valley. I don't know what that is, Juros, but I'd like to know. Play Maud. That Maud how? Sadly, Hammond, Logic, and I are separate by an ocean and 170 ping. I think my ping from here to... Are you East Coast, Contende? Because that would be about... I'm about 110 ping from here to East Coast. Got pretty decent internet, I must say. If I do say so myself. Right, so we have Dark Elves. Just take this off the list. And then, of course, here we have... the Lizardmen. And with the man, the myth, the legend. Bringing it home with the boy. There's no way you don't bring this faction and you bring the boy. So we are going to be having Cold One Spear Riders meeting in with an Arca Sotek here with the Bastillodon. So going to be two. It is going to be the duo Bastillodon Arca Sotex. We are going to have Red Crested Skinks mixing in with a cohort of Sotek, Red Crested Skinks, and some more Cold One Spear Riders. Blasting charges in the front, 4 units with those Skink Stalkers. And in the sky, the Skink Priest of Heavens. We'll be having Wind Blast, that Rock Drop, and hear the rolling of the skies. Mikhail the Wanderer on the floor here with the Primal Roar, Miasma of Despair, Cold Blooded, and the Golden Tributes. So very nice indeed. What a force. So, here for the men, the myth, the legends, we are going to have the Dread Spears. Not very happy here, unfortunately, in the front line. Even less unhappy with the Bleak Swords as well. 3 units of the armor-piercing Dart Shards with shields. And, of course, Scourge Rider Chariots. Very powerful. Pretty much the bread and butter here for the for the boys here in purple. Made that triple Scourge Runners and triple Dark Riders in the back. Now, of course, there's not going to be too much here to stop all that cavalry. That's a lot of Spear Riders to take down for sure. Now, of course, if you do put a unit of the Scourge Runners on each, can they outrun them? I think they can. 66 speed up against 84 from the Scourge Runners. I think they're so fast. They are so fast and so annoying, but that what makes them good and what makes the faction pretty good there. Play Subverse. Oh, I don't know Subverse. Play Dookie Dookie Literature Club. I don't want to know. I don't want to know, Hammond. I don't want to know. The NA server for League of Legends is in Chicago. So Chicago, is that Central? That's Central, right? Please ignore my ignorance if I get that wrong. But Chicago Central? Turmoil. Playing some Warhammer minis. I'm about as artistic as a man that is blind with no hands. I could probably paint better if you put a brush in my mouth. Oh, it looks like Juros subscribed to your channel. Thank you very much, Juros. I really appreciate that, buddy. That's very kind of you. Thank you very much. Of course, guys, this will be the final game. If you have enjoyed your time here, subscribing really means the world to me. My target is 1,000 subscribers before we get into Warhammer 3, so I'll give you guys all of that early content. So, yeah, please let me know. Yep, I'm down for whatever. Down for whatever. You guys let me know what you want to see, how you want to see it, and then we'll get it going from there. So Balance of Power is already going to be in the favour of the Lizardmen. Don't know why Balance of Power doesn't favour the Dark Elves. It really doesn't like Dark Elves. Green Leagues do have favour. Good luck, have fun. Alright, so Scourge Runners in the front. They're going to be shooting, and what are they going to be shooting at is the question. Now, it looks like the initial target here. Ooh, nice volley into the King Priest of Heavens. Very interesting choice to put him in the sky. I guess perhaps then he can't be caught too easily. But of course here in the back we are going to have Morathi. Now no double magic to protect her. Morathi here will be hammering the Deadly Onslaught, Soul Stealer, Enchanting Beauty, and the Great Arcane Conduit. No, they didn't come with the Heartrender and the Dark Sword. That is a must. Also the Wand of Carandon is definitely important here. That is a must pick. You need to have both of those. Ah, that's a loss. That's a loss, but still she can do well. Oh, that King Priest is getting destroyed. God damn it! But he's going to destroy there in the middle. We can see that the Dark Shards are getting punched in the front line here by these blasting charges. The Armor Piercing and Poison Red Crested Skinks moving in here to fight up against the Bleak Swords in the front. They are going to be shielded. They are going to be getting slammed here by these big maces. Great stuff. In the front, Chameleon Stalkers here fighting up against Dread Spears with the Red Crested Skinks punching up against the Dark Rider Shields. In the back, we have Nakai fighting up against the Dark Shards, but we do have a Soul Stealer coming in the pocket. It will catch both and do some pretty good healing. Not sure what that miscast damage was about. I think that was miscast damage. I don't know what that was. But I think there was a bit of miscast damage there. It looks like in the back here we do actually have the King Priest of Heavens. He's going to have to keep moving. He cannot afford to get shot here. Dark Shards in the back are going to be running away. It looks like we do actually have the Coldman Spear Riders have managed to catch the Scourge Runner Chariots. Scourge Runners must keep moving here. They cannot stay still. There's some Scourge Runners in the back, but of course here we have the double Bastillon Arcosotex punching in the middle. That ability there, the brand new one there from the update is really gorgeous for them. It's such a good update. Over here on the flanks we can see, unfortunately wavering, it's going to be the Chameleon Stalkers, but fighting alongside the Red Crested Skinks, should give a little bit of encouragement here. We do have the Dread Spears moving away, is going to be the cavalry, so it should allow the Chameleon Stalkers here to fight with a little bit more gusto. In the front we are going to see the cohorts of Sotek. Fighting in combat here, we can see the King Priest of Heavens is going to catch, he is going to fight, he is going to go down, 53 health, is he going to make it out alive is the question. Negative 13 leadership, but he should be able to get back into this. Balance of Power in the Lizardmen favour pretty heavily at this point. We need to get in with Morathi and start doing some of that damage. We can see the Scorched Run Chariots, they do need to kill the King Priest. If we kill the King Priest, could be pretty good. Could be pretty... Oh! And he goes down! No! Boy has fallen, but he will return. Vengeance here. Now you can hear the roar of Nakai here in the middle as he loses his brother in combat. But he's going to be fighting here. Looks like another... I'm not sure what's overcasting and causing that damage, but it looks like here we are going to be getting a Soul Stealer in the pocket. Doing some pretty good damage here up against Nakai and the rest of the crew. So we have some Bleak Swords getting abused in the back here by some Cold One Spear Riders. But the Scourge Runner is still going pretty strong. Looks like we have two models here with 600 health. Downhill Dread Spears here charging into the Red Crested Skinky Boys. And the Blasting Charge Chameleon Stalkers down to only 25 models. Cohort Sotek going strong in the pocket, fighting up against Dreadspears. They have been terrified thanks to the Basiladon Arca Sotek. But in the back, we have some cavalry, mixing with some spears, and fighting in combat as the Chameleon Stalkers. We can see here we need to get these spears in to really screen out the Stalkers and get the armor-piercing Dart Shards back into the pocket. Balance of power coming back into the middle here. A lot is going to be rampaging here in the middle. Morathi's still getting strong. I want to see Morathi getting in and doing a little bit more work. She's not brain dead when it comes to melee combat, but of course having that Heartrender and the Dark Sword really does help. It really does help. Now, what can she snipe out here? Now, we do have some Cold One Spear Riders. Probably not optimal for her to fight there, but we can certainly get in the back here and start fighting up against some other units that maybe have gone astray. Can't see too many units in the moment. Quite a nice blob here in the pocket. Shooting with the Scourge Runner Chariots. Quite nice there. Wouldn't mind seeing them hit up against the Basiladon Arca Sotex. Rampaging in the back, it looks like the Cold Wind Spear Riders are going to be fighting here up against the Dark Rider Shields. Anti-Large will help. The armor piercing, not so much. But of course here the Dark Riders doing okay. Not great, not terrible, but they're holding their own. I really like Dark Rider Shields. I think they're very, very competitive. Here in the middle, we are going to get some poison shots up against Morathi. Another lovely Soul Stealer here in the pocket, doing some great damage here in the middle up against all these entities. It looks like the Bleak Sword's going to be fighting, but they are going to get Crumpty. Nakai using those swinging animations here in the middle. Lovely stuff from him. He's coming in and just beating absolute backside. Now, still fighting here. Looks like Morathi is going to be going after the Cold One Spear Riders. Not the optimal selection for her, but of course we do have some support here with the Dark, with the Dread Spears. More Dread Spears moving in. We have Rampage the Cold One Spear Riders. I now move out Morathi and help them fight here up against the Dread Spears. Shots coming out of the Scourge Runner Chariots, firing into the Chameleon Stalkers. Arrows coming forward as well. We do need to break these Chameleon Stalkers. Still a 31 leadership. They're going to fight and more than likely break here up against the Dark Riders. Sorry, the Dark Shards. The Dark Shards have broken. What do we have left here? Looks like we have some Bleak Swords. Bleak Swords need to get over if at all possible. But Morathi here does need to fight. Looks like these Scourge Runner Chariots have run out of ammunition. So we have some Bleak Swords and some Dread Spears coming forward. Cycle charging here could be nice. Miasma of Despair, negative leadership, negative speed, and negative vigor. Morathi is flying over the top. What can she snipe here? I don't know what she can get in and snipe. She could do with probably hitting one of the Basiladons if maybe possible. Lovely charge there with the Gary. Gary's coming with the Arca Sotek. It looks like here we are going to get the Pummel Roar, physical resistance, as well as that melee attack of plus 40 in her pocket to come and absolutely dumpster Morathi here in the middle. Morathi is going to get grounded and pounded here. She's going to get pounded from every single angle. Pardon my French, but she's going to get pretty done badly there. We can see that we have some Dread Spears and some more Bleak Swords around the pocket, but that is going to be balance of power and a GG's. Great win from Mr. Grombrindal. Play Hot Wheels Unleashed. God damn it. GG's, well played. So we got 1,374 Morathi in the front line. We got 136, 270, 240, and 244 for the Bleak Swords. For the Dread Spears, 240, 216, 240, and 144 here for the Dread Spears. And for the Dark Shard Shields, 440, 160, and 155. For the Cavalry here, for the Dark Riders, 117, 134, and 192 with 370. Scourge Runner Chariot, 600, 1050, and 912. So for the man, the myth, the legend, 627 here for Nakai the Wanderer, 406 for the Skink Priest of Heavens, with 550, 530, 716, and 577 for the Cohort of Sotek. 600, 1,100 for the Chameleon Stalkers, 640, and 500. Now, the Chameleon Stalkers are the bane of the Dark Elves in this matchup. They are so painful to deal with, and they're one of the biggest problems here, I think. 840, 530 for the Basiladon Arca Sotex, and 1.4 and 885 here for the Cold One Spear Riders. GG's and well played. A really enjoyable series between these two. I hope you enjoyed it. Raging Sausage, how are you? Hope you're doing well, my friend. Yeah, so guys, we're going to finish it out here. If you enjoyed it, please smash that like button and subscribe. It really does make the world of difference. I hope you guys enjoyed this best of 7. We are going to be having more going forward here. We'll be having, as we said, we have Pantelanard up against Papra. We also have Katam up against Zypher. I've also got some more top level players as well in the community that want to play, so I need to organise that. I'm not going to say it just yet unless it doesn't happen, but yes, we have quite a few more here. Yep, always been great. I remember putting some Biden quotes in ISIS stream. Oh god. Marathi is just following the blobs. That just makes me want to weep. There's a faction in Shogun 2 called Obama, so we could have a political discussion. That doesn't that sound fun? No, it doesn't. He's having a best of 15 drinking contest against himself. Who's this? Sounds like bunnies. What's this? Play Amnesia. I don't know Amnesia either. So guys, yes, what I'm going to do, you guys would like some more content coming later on, potentially. Looks like a third of you have said no more content tomorrow. Some have said yes, but something else rather than Vermintide or Warhammer campaign. What I'll do, I will be doing a poll in a moment that will discuss what I'll do later this evening. Now, I won't be doing it on YouTube. It will be on Twitch. The reason it'll be on Twitch is the fact that if I do it here, it will suppress this live stream because I can't do 2 live streams in one day on the same platform. So we'll be on Twitch, so we'll be pretty much exactly the same, but just on Twitch. So come ahead and come check that out. No problem, CJ. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. I really do. I'm going to put on maybe a little bit more content later on this evening. So it might actually be in the next half an hour that I start streaming on Twitch. So make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and I will see all of you very, very soon. So take care of yourselves. I hope you enjoyed the best of 7. There'll be more soon. So take care.